All right, this might hurt some feelings, but whatever. I was just scrolling through my feed and I saw a couple of posts about how white people have no culture. And I'm just over this white guilt, white shame type stuff. I'm not advocating for white supremacy. I'm just advocating the end of white silence and the end of white guilt and the end of white shame, because our culture participated in nothing that your culture hadn't participated in previously. We didn't start slavery, but we damn sure ended it. And the only place that slavery still exists are in people of color societies in Africa and the Middle East. The Vikings figured out how to circumnavigate the globe before the Islamic world ever figured out how to get their feet wet. It wasn't us that was going into Africa and pulling the slaves out. It was other Africans grabbing them and enslaving them. We invented democracy. We invented the constitutional republic. The bubonic plague wiped out half of Europe. And what did we do? We got together and discovered Western medicine and inoculations and vaccines. I'm not saying that we're better than you, but we're damn sure not worse. There are four major ethnic groups in this planet. There are black people, white people, Asian people, and Hispanic people. And we are the smallest. And we are the only group that you're demanding shut up. And because we're not doing it anymore, you're just going to scream racist louder and louder and louder. And we are done caring. We are not ashamed of who we are. We are not better than you, but we're damn sure no worse. And if we're so freaking terrible, then why? Why does the entire Eastern world flock to countries that we created?
So these Edomites, man, they've been crying a lot lately, man, just for no reason, just crying. It's your history. So be proud of it. He says that, if we're so bad, why are other countries, third world countries, trying so hard to get over here? So your people go to these countries, rob all the resources, take all the jobs, destroy the economic system. And when the people try to come over here and get jobs to feed their families, feed their children, you say, why, if we're so bad, why are they trying to come over here? He says, we didn't start slavery, but we ended slavery. But you are an accomplice to slavery. Why do I say that? Because when someone sells you a person that has been kidnapped, you don't say, okay, here, I'll buy that person from you. No, that's not what you do. You take that person into custody and you release that person. You don't make them work for you in your cotton fields for over 300 years. That is called an accomplice. You see, you are accomplice to kidnapping, rape, rob, and murder of innocent people. Second of all, you don't know history because the people that sold us into slavery were not the same people. We are not the same race of people. Do your research. The Hamitic tribes in Africa are not the same as the Shemitic people. We are two different nationalities, two different races. Just like you have Chinese and Japanese. Get your facts straight. So Esau here mentions the bubonic plague. How did the bubonic plague come about? Because your people did not know how to use soap and water. That's how that began. It was black people who taught your people how to use soap and water. You see? He says his people invented vaccines in the medical profession. How? Once again, you took black slaves and did experimentations on them without any anesthesia. But once again, if you did your research, you would know that we were a thriving people. We had engineers and doctors. We had mathematicians, you see. But your people came over and ruined all that stuff. You say you had a democracy. We had democracy. We were well taken care of. You see, it is your history, your weak educational system that lied and said that black people were running around naked, swinging from trees. It was black people that invented refrigeration. You see, we invented the cell phone, the internet. You see, we invented all these things. We invented blood banks. We even invented the first automobile. But once again, your people stole that from us. Everything that we invented in slavery, your people robbed it from us and patching it. You see, we didn't get any credit for it. So when we say your people have no culture, that you robbed and stole everything, it is true. You took Jesus, the Messiah, and made him white. The Egyptians, you told everyone that the Egyptians were white people when they were a black race of people. Your music, you stole our music. You see, you stole blues music. You stole uh, uh, the rock and roll music. Your Elvis Presleys and your Jerry Lee Lewis would not have been the people that they are today without the black man. You say you didn't start slavery, but you ended it. It wasn't because you wanted to. If you wanted to end slavery, why don't you go to all these countries that you mentioned and end slavery in these countries? Why isn't Trump sending battleships to all these countries, Libya and Saudi Arabia, and freeing the people that are being enslaved in these countries? No, but he's sending warships to Venezuela once again to steal the resources. That's what you people are good for, stealing other people's resources and benefiting off of it. Abraham Lincoln did not want to free the slaves. You see, the only reason y'all freed the slaves is because you needed black bodies on the battlefield. Your numbers were dwindling. You see, that's the only reason you released the slaves. And then after you release the slaves, you come up with the 13th Amendment. You see, we're going to put you back in jail if you don't have a job. Put you back to work in the cotton fields. You see, the prison systems are full of black and Hispanic people that are in prison working for Fortune 500 companies. Once again, free labor. Your people come up with the black codes. You know, you came up with Jim Crow laws. You see, a black man that was recently released from captivity, from slavery, could not be on the street without a job. You see, if he was caught without a job, he could be put back in jail and brought back to the prison, back to the cotton fields to work for free. So you guys did not end slavery. You just named it. You just renamed it. That's all you did. Any medical procedures that you guys came up with, you got an ideal. You practice it on black slaves without any anesthesia. That's the only reason that you have a so-called medical profession today. You see, because you experimented on black people, black innocent people that you took captives. And this thing about the Vikings, once again, you just stole someone else's culture. If the Vikings were the first ones going around the globe in boats, then why did you come over here and find black people already living here? How did we get here? On ships. We already had ships. King Solomon, a black man, had ships thousands of years before you guys did. Learn history.